I'd like to welcome Dr. Cyril Crosson to the stage, please. Dr. Crosson will be the first of our 5 short papers. Dr. Crosson works for a French company for animal recording and will speak to us on a screening method to significantly reduce the use of intramammary antibiotics at drying off in dairy cow production. Thank you.
Hi. Hello all. I'm going to talk about a screening method to significantly reduce the use of intramammary antibiotics at drying off in dairy cow production we recently developed. First of all, let me introduce our group. We are a French company founded by 12 dairy organizations for animal recording. We conduct R&D activities that seek to provide the dairy farmer with new tools, new services for management of the herds. I start from mastitis control. Most dairy farmers in North America and in many countries in Europe treat all cows, all mammary quarters with an antibiotic therapy at drying off. As you know, antibiotic use creates selective pressure on bacterial population and contributes to the development of antimicrobial resistance. It is the subject of controversy in public opinion. An alternative to blanket dry cow therapy is selective dry cow therapy. Only the infected quarter, mammary quarter on cows are treated with an antibiotic therapy. The healthy quarter or cows are not treated. Consequently, the antibiotic use is reduced. In France, the ECUR antibio plan advocates a caution on rational use of antibiotic. This plan is hinged around a quantitative objective of reducing antibiotic use in veterinary medicine by 25% in 5 years. Similar objectives are aimed for in other countries around the world. To achieve this quantitative objective in dairy cow production, notably at drying off using a selective dry cow therapy, we need an easy and effective method to identify cows or mammary quarter, infected quarter at the time of drying off, and to identify also the healthy quarter. The Serum Amyloid A protein in milk are suggested as a biomarker of acute, severe, mild, moderate clinical bovine mastitis in experimentally or naturally acquired clinical mastitis studies. They are also suggested as a biomarker of subclinical bovine mastitis in other studies. An increase in concentration in infected quarter or in infected under are observed. Whatever the pathogens causing mastitis, minor, major, environmental, contagious, gram-positive, or negative. This increase in concentration is observed early from infected quarter, a few hours after a challenge with a minor or a major pathogen strain. Today, it's clear that an isotherm is synthesized in the mammary gland epithelium tissue at a low level during lactation and at high levels during acute or chronic clinical mastitis and during subclinical mastitis. Fast return toward baseline levels after bacterial clearance was observed. So these markers are suggested as an indicator of the treatment efficiency and the mammary gland recovery. No effect of an extramammary pathology was reported in a study. High diagnostic performance were reported in a natural acquired clinical or subclinical mastitis. The specificities and sensitivities were both high, above 90%. Analysa test is commercially available from TriDelta Limited, Development Limited. In all studies conducted on the serum amyloid A, also called milk amyloid A, the ELISA tests from TriDelta were used. And reliability of the milk amyloid A assay was proved in the study of Giraldi in 2008. During one of our previous study conducted on MA, from 528 carrots originating from 8 earth flows during 6 months, we observed that MA was an efficient tool to monitor the mammary gland health status. We didn't observe any effect of extra mammary pathology on MA concentration. And our results show we can assess efficiency of an intramammary antibiotic treatment and to monitor the mammary gland recovery. From this result, we conduct a study to evaluate the measurement of MA when used to make antimicrobial treatment decision at the time of drawing off. Quaternion sample from 112 carrots registered for drying off and originating from Cislau bulk tank somatic cell count earths were collected prior to drying off and after calving. They were analyzed for the MA using the ELISA kit from TriDelta and for the somatic cell count. And they were cultured for bacterial identification. We performed selective dry cow therapy at quarter level based on our MA results. the mammary culture with MRL results below 1 microgram per milliliter were not treated with an antibiotic therapy. They were only infused with titellants. The other were treated and infused. We developed an algorithm based on the MMA on HCC result and based on the collected cow and milk data. The test characteristics were calculated and the predicted values were estimated using the bacterial culture as the gold standard. Our results show that our algorithm has high sensitivity and high specificity, both above 90%, to identify anemia at culture level prior to draining off. The detected germ was mostly gram-positive pathogens, minor pathogens, a high proportion of coagulase-negative staphylococci. In contrast, and for comparisons, the sensitivity and the negative predictive value of the somatic cell count test recorded at culture level prior to draining off were low, even if we used a low threshold of cells to identify an infected quarter. We only compare our algorithm performance with the somatic cell test recording at the last milk recording. Excuse me. Is this one? Yes, with the somatic cell count test recording at the last milk recording, this test seemed unsuitable as a test to make selective treatment decision at the time of draining off or for draining off. Similar results were found for the somatic cell count test recorded at the three last milk recording. By using our method, our algorithm, we would reduce the antibiotic use at draining off by 28%, and also achieve the quantitative objective of reducing antibiotic use advocated by the French eco-antibio plan. We didn't observe any clinical mastitis 6 weeks after calving for culture with negative algorithm test sentence that were not treated with an antibiotic therapy. This quarter achieved success in a treatment of EMIR over the dry period. To conclude, our algorithm allows selective dry cow therapy at quarter level with calf covalence and enables dairy farmer to significantly reduce the use of antibiotic at draining off. Based on our trial on MA, we have launched a service at draining off for dairy farmer in France since September 2015. We use a simple high throughput laboratory ELISA for MA from Tridelta with the SCC and with the recorded cow milk data. We reinforce our algorithm thanks to these services by addition of 1,000 results to our database that is used to support our algorithm. Our services is available worldwide. The MA assay kit is available worldwide from TriDelta, and our algorithm is available from our group. We are developing a website for this service. This website will be available by the end of this year. This work was financed by a grant from the CNIL, the French National Center for Interprofessional Dairy Industries. We thank TriDelta for their support in our R&D activity on MA and participating dairy producer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Crosson. If there are any questions, if you'd like to come forward to the microphones, please. I have one in the meantime, if that's okay.
I need yes.
Okay. Dr. Crosson, am I right in understanding that the information used to develop the algorithm, so the SCC results and the MAA levels are at a...
Excuse me, could you repeat, please?
Okay. My understanding is that the information used for the algorithm is at a quarter level, so quarter level SCC results and MAA levels. In your opinion, and if that is that correct? And secondly, in your opinion, is there potential for this to be applied at a cow level, or will it need to always be at a quarter level? Or what are your thoughts on that?
For me, yes, it's correct. It's better to work on at the quarter level. It's better.
I guess my question, or what I'm curious about on looking at the practical application on farm, the difficulty or the challenge of getting or acquiring quarter level information, do you think would there be the potential to scale up to a cow level?
The problem with at under level, it's an dilution effect of if you have only one quarter infected quarter on the three other quarter healthy, you have an dilution effect. So it's difficult to diagnostic to screen the healthy quarter or the healthy cow.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? If not, I'd like you to show your appreciation again for Dr. Crosson.